Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Today is actually a really fucking big day. It's Wednesday, and Wednesdays for me nowadays are my podcast day. I changed up my sort of structure of my weeks to actually facilitate and designate specific days to specific businesses. Now, Monday, Thursday, Friday is coaching. I still reply to coaching messages and everything like that every day of the week. Tuesday is IQ and a secret little side project, which I still haven't announced yet, but I will be. Wednesday has been dedicated to podcasting. Wednesday is also leg day. And today we have legs, then we have a podcast, and we also have a concert that we're going to, a little outing on a school night, which is gonna be really fucking cool. I'm excited for it. But to start us off, start the same way every single day. Get our vitamins, our breakfast, and all the rest of it. Our little supplementation, stackies, and then we make our breakfast, go up. I've got some client work to do, just a little bit today, even though I just said I don't generally do much client work on a Wednesday. Just got a little bit of client work to do. I've then got a podcast to edit and sort out all the socials and upload and everything like that. So this week alone, I've had 3 podcasts. Monday afternoon, I had Mr. Andy Mathers. And then yesterday afternoon, I had the lovely Eden Morfitt. And today, I have the wonderful Tamika Hill. So that's 3 podcasts this week alone. I've been absolutely cranking the podcast at the moment, and it's been really fucking fun. I've really been enjoying it. I'm having some insane conversations with people, and genuinely, some of the best conversations I've ever had. I think the momentum that's been generated with the podcast at the moment has been absolutely insane, and I'm just loving it. I'm genuinely just loving it. It's just another little outlet for me to sort of express myself realistically. So we're going to be coming along for that today too. As we go through the day, I'll probably run you guys through a little bit of a what I eat in a day, because it's going to be part of the process. Today being Wednesday, as I said, normally what I will also do is I kind of do a small carb load before tomorrow's long run on a Thursday, and it works. It works really well for me. I'm having the same amount of carbs pretty much every day at the moment, but then being able to do a little bit of a carb up on the Wednesday has allowed me the energy to go and run on Thursday. Especially having the concert tonight, it's going to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works because I'm not going to be going to bed at my normal bedtime, but it'll be fun. Tonight's concert, Hot Mulligan, the fucking boys, Midwest emo for life. Breakfast shake is the exact same thing every single day. We are having 15 grams walnuts, 10 grams chia seeds, between 120 to 140 grams of banana. It kind of just depends on how much is actually in there. Creatine, 20 to 30 grams. Oats, 50 grams. About 30 grams of whey protein isolate. We then have 35 grams of, or 35 mils, I should say, of sugar-free maple syrup, just for a little bit of taste, and 250 mils of skim milk. Healthy, filling, kickstarts the day with a fuck ton of micronutrients, and basically very easy. It takes me about 5 minutes to make at best. Well, I mean, you've pretty much seen me just make it just now whilst talking. And then I take it up and I'm able to drink it while I start work. So it allows me to just get stuck into my work quicker rather than fucking around, having to fully prep a breakfast and all the rest of it, sit down and eat, and then I lose 45 minutes roughly by the time I actually get through that whole process. This just makes life so much more simple for me and allows me to start my day how I like to. Samuel's breakfast, for anyone wondering, is half a scoop of biscuits and a quarter of banana with his morning tablets after his little walkies. Now, starting us off very easily for today, I will go through on my it's work time. So what I'll basically do every single morning, the first thing I do is come up, I write out my daily intention, I write out my 3 points of gratitude, things that I'm actually grateful for that are happening in my life at the moment, really allow myself to actually feel those. I then write out my daily wins or my tasks for the day, the things that I need to tick off to ensure that I have a successful day. Once I finish that, I then lie down with Samuel and I do 20 to 30 minutes of meditation just to help get my mind, brain, body, etc. all ready for the task at hand, which is going to be work. I have gone through different phases of not doing that and just sort of ripping straight into work. And what I generally find is I just function a little bit better. So I might delay the start of my day by about 20 to 30 minutes. However, that 20 to 30 minutes of me time actually allows me to center myself and it allows me to be in a better position mentally, emotionally, a little bit more regulated so that when I do tackle any of my tasks over the course of the day, I'm just in a bit of a better spot to start off with, rather than trying to be reactive throughout the day if something goes wrong and then being like, okay, I just need to take a minute to breathe or do some breath work or something like that. I'd rather be proactive and really just set the tone for the day ahead. I'm gonna write all this out. I'm gonna do some meditation. Then we're gonna rip straight into some work. Rip through client messages for the morning. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. Just checking in with the team, seeing how they're doing, seeing what they've been up to, if they have any questions, if they need a hand with anything. If there's anything in particular that they need to address a little bit quicker, then it's just easy for me to jump straight in first thing in the morning, get all that sorted, and then I can continue on with any of the other tasks I need to do for the day. The next task on the list is editing. So utilizing Riverside Studio for all of my podcasts and all of my guests, it makes it super easy for me. Being a sort of solo creator, I have to do all of the editing and everything like that myself. Now, at this point in time, the podcast brings me no revenue. Because of that, I can't justify paying somebody to edit it all for me, which means I just need to do it myself. So having something like Riverside Studio, which is where I'm able to record, edit, generate reels, generate anything I need to. It does have a little bit of an AI assistant. It's a bit average to say the least. But then it basically I will export it all, upload it to Spotify, upload it to YouTube, do all the captions, do all the description. My boy ChatGPT, aka Nova, and me, we have that pretty dialed in now. We have a full framework that I use that helps me to generate everything that I need for the podcast. And then from there, I just essentially will go and upload to Spotify. As I said, upload to YouTube, put it out on social media and all the rest of it. Long term, I will definitely be looking to have someone do a majority of that for me, as it will just save a lot more time. And there are people who are better at it than I am, that's for sure. It's their job. You need your car fixed, you go to a mechanic. You need something for your health, you go to a doctor. You need health and nutrition advice, you come to a coach. You need somebody to edit and upload podcasts and reels and all the rest of it, you go find somebody who does that. And that is exactly what I will be doing. But for right now, we rip in and we get the job done and we'll go from there. So this is editing Eden's episode from yesterday. It was essentially it was the longest chat I've had so far. It was the longest podcast to date and it was absolutely amazing. It was probably I wouldn't say one of the best conversations I've had, because the conversations I'm having at the moment are actually fucking insane. Like, they're so good. But there's just a different level of connection that you can sometimes have with people when you are having a conversation. And that is why I love the face-to-face conversations, because it does allow that natural rhythm and groove of somebody there in front of you, picking up on body language, picking up on tonality and all the rest of it. And it just creates something really special. So I'm really excited for that episode to come out. That is episode 15. That will probably be out on the 11th of May at this point in time. So that is a few weeks away from now. This vlog will be definitely out long before then. But yeah, so I'm gonna rip in through this and then I've got to go train. Pre-workout time, power. by the best, Synapse. The best pre-workout you'll ever taste. Best pre-workout you'll ever try. Best pre-workout you'll ever have. Go get it. I'm gonna put the link here, somewhere in front of me. Go and buy it, buy a tub. We have a promotional sale at the moment. It was from Easter. We're still running it, which means you get to save money. And glycerine. Glycerol, glycerine, very similar products. They're actually identical. It helps with pumps. Now, pre-training meal is going to be a couple of crumpets with some jam, super easy, easily digestible. Crank that down, have pre-workout. Before I leave, so that it is kicked in, ready to go. Caffeine takes about 30 to 60 minutes. It's about 15 to 30 minutes for the most part. Sometimes can take upwards of 60 minutes, depending upon if it is anhydrous or dicaffeine malate. They have a little bit of difference. Gonna crank these down, head to the gym. Gonna be training at Hurt Locker today. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Hurt Locker. Get the session done, and then I will get back here, have lunch, and get on with the rest of my day. But you're coming along to train. Said this morning we have legs. I'm very excited by my leg day at the moment. I've reintroduced deadlifts a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been really enjoying them. Ended up coming down to iGym today to train legs instead of HIIT and Hurt Locker. Quite literally just wanted to use the adductor machine and the seated calf raise so that I didn't need to fuck around with dumbbells and things like that, and could just jump on, get it done, get out of here as quick as I can. Currently, leg days have sort of changed up a little bit. I started to note that I was getting a little bit of knee pain, probably early onset of some quad tendinopathy stuff, just due to all the running, plus leg sessions are quite knee heavy at Hurt Locker, and then also just training as a whole. So I was still squatting, I was still doing all of that sort of stuff, which I found was then just impacting my knees. Reduced that down, increased a little bit more of the hip extension stuff. So added some deadlifts in, back to conventional deadlifts, and prioritized a little bit more of that hip extension strength. And all of a sudden, my knees don't hurt anymore. It's funny that if you listen to your body, you can make the adjustments that are necessary. So we start off today with our hops, bounds, etc., jumps. Then we go straight into deadlifts. There's some accessory stuff within there as well. As I said, adductor machine, seated calf raise machine, hamstring curls, and then also leg extension. It's like a weird complex. So it's a 30-second ISO, 10 partial reps, 10 full reps. And that's legs. But come along, I'll run you through, give you a little bit of insight as we go to keep you performing at your best. Jumps done. Pretty happy with those today, actually. I feel springy. So yeah, I guess the goal at the moment with those is just to try and keep some form of jump in my week. I was doing jumps for distance, but I found I was kind of hitting the point where I just couldn't necessarily progress that week to week. I got to about the 3.5 meter mark. Sorry, fucking 2.5 to 3 meter mark. And was just finding the progression from there was actually really, really slow. And it was really hard to actually progress that week to week. So yeah, decided to go for height instead of distance, and I've been enjoying them again. Accessories before deadies, we're going to be running adductor and seated calf raise. Both of those are actually trying to drive a little bit more internal rotation through my hips, which is something I do struggle a little bit with. It just allows me to actually access ranges that I'm then going to use within my training. Now I can push these quite hard and they don't take away from my deadlifts. They're not fatiguing enough to take away from my deadlifts. What they do, however, is actually assist my deadlifts. And if anything's going to be able to assist my lift without taking away from it, I'm absolutely going to want to do that. Plus the simple fact is deadlifts are fatiguing. If I left these till after them, I would probably put in less effort naturally, or potentially run the risk of skipping them depending upon the day, if things are busy, etc. So doing some of the accessories that are actually going to assist me first
helps massively. And I do that across the board. There's a few exercises that I do before my main compounds, which actually then assist my compounds. I'm able to push them harder. I get more stimulus out of them, and they have a carryover into the actual main lift for the day. Something to think about with your next session. Daddy's time. As I said, I only introduced them 2 weeks ago, roughly. So first week I did them was 200, and I kind of just went up in ramping sets. So I went 180, 190, 200. And then last week I did 200 top set, and then I did 185, 2x5 for the back downs. So I'm doing sets of 5 at the moment. Today we're probably aiming for around that 210 for 5, and then I'll drop it down to about 190 for 2x5, and just kind of keep that moving. I've been doing them all beltless at the moment, which realistically doesn't really make that much of a difference. But the biggest things that I'm trying to focus on is just keeping a really good positioning and ensuring that I'm not like fucking up through my lower back or anything like that. So yeah, let's see how we go. I've been trying to essentially assess how good my grip strength still is at the moment. So I'll go to this without straps, and then I'll use straps from here on out. 210 for 5. Let's get it. The first time using the belt in a while. I'm not a fan. If your gym doesn't have a deadlift jack, or like today, I just can't find it, get a plate. Put it, roll it up. Perfect. Kinda perfect. Last set. Sweet. Daddy's done. 210 top, 190, 2x5. I wasn't unhappy with them. They didn't feel fantastic, but I guess that is what it is at the end of the day. We keep it moving. It is only my 3rd week back, so I need to remember that there is a skill-based component. Now to finish off, all I have is hamstring curls, leg extensions, finito. Get out of here. Unfortunately, my podcast guest has actually just had to reschedule. So I don't have the podcast today, which means I will, fill the time with whatever else I can. I'm sure there's other work I can get done, especially given the fact that tonight I will be going to the concert. It's probably going to be a late night, which means I'll get up a bit later tomorrow. So if I can get a jump on tomorrow's work, it's a win-win for me. Everything happens exactly as it's meant to. So for whatever reason, that was meant to be rescheduled today, and we'll pick that up when we can. I'm going to rip in through this, finish this off, and then I'll check back in with you at home. Finished the gym, showered. Now it's lunchtime. Lunch at the moment is just a beef stir fry, super easy to cook up. I can cook up, 5 days worth at a time. Stays pretty fresh in the fridge. It's simple as beef stir fry strips, Hokkien noodles, however the fuck you pronounce it. This week is teriyaki beef from Lee Kum
Kim or some shit. I don't know what the fucking brand is. But it's teriyaki beef sauce and then just simple stir fry frozen vegetables thrown into the mix as well. Once it's heated up, I add my favorite thing of all time, semi-dried tomato strips. The best of the best for potassium. I've spoken about these before. I like to keep a really good amount of potassium in my diet. It helps with a hell of a lot of things. Sodium, potassium pump, electrolyte balance, all the rest of it. If you don't know, you should know. Go learn or ask me. I will teach you. Gonna eat lunch, chill with little Nugman for a little bit. Generally, once I finish lunch, I then take a digestion stroll, AKA Samuel wants to go to the toilet and we just go for a stroll after I finish lunch. It's a nice way to sort of break up the day a little bit. I don't generally film too much on my walks. I don't really get on my phone too much if I can help it when I am walking. I found that that time for me really works quite well to just recenter, reground. Obviously I start the day with meditation, journaling, etc. And then in the middle of the day, I like to go for that midday walk, get some sunshine, get some fresh air. It's actually a stunning day here today in Melbourne, which is fantastic. The weather has been a little bit shit the last couple of weeks. This week has been pretty fucking nice. So it's nice to get out, get some vitamin D, get some sun on the skin, fresh air, walk by the lake with my boy, and we just kind of recenter. And then I get back into the swing of things with work. So I'm gonna strap in now, basically just gonna be doing editing of this vlogception, and a couple of client check-ins to get on top of things for tomorrow, and then just start to have a little bit of a look at tomorrow's workload just to ensure that if there's anything that's like I can get through now, I'll do it so that way it takes a little bit of the pressure off of then. And I'm probably just gonna leave for the concert around 5-ish. It's in the city at the Forum. I've never been there before, so it should be pretty cool. We're gonna see Hot Mulligan. I think I mentioned that one this morning, but I'm pretty fucking excited for that. I love them. They're one of my favorite bands of all time, and it's also the first concert that took Kiva 2 years ago. So we're gonna go The Boys, heading back to Hot Mully, and yeah, venturing out on a school night is never ideal, but you gotta live. You have to live. It's one thing I've learned since I've moved down to Melbourne. It's that I wasn't really living enough. I was working, I was comfortable, I was happy being in my own little bubble, but actually putting myself out there, going and experiencing things has been really good for me. You would have also seen my new long run shoes rolled up, Nike Vemeros. So I picked those bad boys up whilst they're on sale because I don't pay full price for basically any of my shoes, any of my stuff like that. I don't see a point in it. When we have access to things like the Nike Outlet and all the rest of it, I'm just like, well, why would I bother paying $300 plus for shoes when I can get them on sale for $160? My old Asics, which were my long run shoes, have kind of seen better days, and they were starting to get to the point where it felt like I was running on bricks towards the back end of my longer runs. So I needed something that was going to take a little bit more impact out and help my knees, quads, etc. from increasing too much fatigue, so that I'm able to continue to do what I enjoy doing, which is everything at the moment. Gonna rip into this. Do you want to be in the vlog?
The vlog?
Yeah, you don't really get a choice.
Oh, okay.
You're in the vlog.
Wait, let me do my hair.
Another character unloaded.
Have a great night. Good to see you.
See you, mate. Oh,
Shut up and leave you So, just got back from the concert. It is, to check, 11:46 p.m. I'll be so real. I got some very tough news this afternoon. It's something I might potentially speak on at some point. At this stage, it's just something I need to deal with. First, it's to do with family. I still went to the concert, had a fucking phenomenal night. I'm gonna upload and add a bunch of videos to this, but long story short, I actually picked up some McDonald's. I'm actually gonna sit down now and I'm gonna eat it, and that's it for today. That's it, vlog's done. We're done, skis. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you watched all this way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it. The lighting, I just don't give a fuck right now. I just don't care. Samuel's just chilling somewhere there in the dark. There he is. With his little crocker. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.